Let's
Let's
talk
talk
with
with SuSu.
SuSu. So, how y'all doing today?
I am good. Happy it's Friday. It's Good Friday. Happy Good Friday,
It's Good
everyone.
Friday. Y'all going to church on Friday, Sunday?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I really like it. Girl, what you got to repent before you go to church?
Of course. All of us. All of us.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, we're going to talk about, today we're just going to talk about some relationship, some boundaries. Yes, we're going to talk about boundaries today. Because I got boundary challenge
You do
for the 3 weeks, 4 months, a whole year. People don't know how to keep their boundary. But, and then we're going to have a little fun at the end. You know. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
All
do it.
right. Well, first, before we start. What y'all drinking?
A margarita, as usual. My usual.
The usual. We got something about that about the liquors later on.
I'm having Apple Crown straight on
Apple
ice,
crumb, yeah.
of course.
No
Huh?
chaser. No chaser.
No. No. On ice. It's already sweet enough.
You know them.
It's a hard week. That's what she said.
Them foreign people, you know, they be drinking them hard, straight off ice. Put it on ice.
It's watering it down. It's watering it down, so.
So let's talk about relationship because we all married.
No, we are.
What?
Sometimes.
Did you forget that she was married?
Sometimes. My mental, maybe the liquor hit me too much.
So we all here married, you know what I'm saying? Let's start with Ari, because Ari is well.
I think she might have been longer than me.
M Square. I'm sorry. Oh, and by the way, we have M Square up in the house, and we got Miss T.
Yes. Hello.
Up in here. How long you been married?
Since 2018, so that's 18, 19, 21. So
Yeah,
5 years. Coming up on 5 years.
But how long you been with your
Since
partner?
2010. Since 2010.
So that's like what, 13 years, 12 years?
Mm-hmm. It's 13 years.
About, yeah.
We doing the math for you, girl. It's
I know you guys are doing math. Shoot, I can't. It's hard keeping count.
It's like, yeah, that sounds like, it feels like that. Yeah, I feel like that.
It's hard keeping count. It's so hard keeping count. It's so
she
hard.
said, "What? Yeah, okay.
Like what?
It's good. Y'all do y'all math." Well, how long you been married, Miss T?
10 years in August.
How long y'all been together?
Woo! Since 2007.
Wow.
Yeah, do that math. I don't know. That's too long for me.
Oh. 16 years?
Sure, that sounds good.
That's I'm good at math.
That sounds good. You said that
you know.
sounds good.
I've been married
16 years.
yeah. I've been married 14 years, but we've been together 15 years.
Okay.
So
y'all was in love real quick.
Yeah, we got married quick. Yeah. We had baby quick and married quick. Everything quick.
She put that thing on him. Poor Marquise.
Don't do my baby like that. Don't do
Poor
my baby
man.
like that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So Miss M Square, we gonna hit you with the first question because you are a special guest tonight. So,
am I?
How do you maintain a healthy relationship with your partner?
Communication, definitely. Because that's been a huge factor within, I know, our relationship for a very long time. Just being able to just be open and honest with one another. So yeah, so I would say, yeah, communication for sure. For sure. If you don't have communication, that's where it all starts.
Was it always good with the communication, or y'all just learned?
No, it's been woo, riding the wave. Which is, I mean, when you're in a relationship for so long, you know, you definitely go through those, the good, the bad, or you communicate one way, but your husband receives it one way, or your partner receives communication in a different way than you are giving out to him. I don't know how to word it, but you guys just have to find the get on the same page of communication. Finding out how to properly communicate with your partner to ensure that they are truly, in fact, receiving the information you're giving, and they're just not just listening and it's going in one ear and out the other.
I think for me, keeping a healthy relationship, I think it's actually me learning about myself. Um, because I know my ways about myself and me growing as a woman in this time that we've been together, that I know how I communicate, how I react to things was negative, and he couldn't relate to me. Mm-hmm. So, not to say I changed myself, but I had to recognize that with him, it doesn't work that way. Like, it doesn't work me getting all hype and yelling and all that, because girl, I was about that life. Whew, I was like, I'm about to leave. I would slam doors. I didn't throw nothing, I didn't hit him, but I definitely would be like, oh, you made me mad. I'm about to like go missing for some hours, and you'll find me. I'll be back when I come back. But honestly, the way I reacted didn't benefit him, because he would just shut down. So I've learned that me growing and maturing, I would say maturing into who I am now, has helped our relationship a lot. Not saying he doesn't have his flaws, but I think a lot of times we forget to that it's not always what they're doing wrong. It could be what we're doing wrong, or how we're communicating with them. And I think that has definitely improved within these last just 3 years in our marriage alone. And so I think it's me maturing as a woman. I wouldn't say I was the fester. I would be like, let it build up. I'd be like, okay, you didn't do this day. You didn't do this day. So by the end of the week, he's like, I don't understand what's
Up here.
happening. Why are you
Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah.
But that is the craziest thing, because I think females does that. Like, we tell you one day, like, I don't like you throw, and this is just an example. It's not meaning that my husband does it. But, like, let's say he leaves his drawers on the floor, and you tell him, like, yo, I don't like when you leave your drawers on the floor. Like, come on now, pick it up. The basket's right there. Just put it in the basket and keep it pushing, right? And we tell him on Monday, and then Tuesday he does it again. And then you don't say, you just look at it like, all right, I'm gonna pick it up this time. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna pick it up this time. And then Wednesday come and he do it again, you be like, okay, he taking me like boo boo the fool. And then Thursday come and you be like, all right now. And then he say something smart, or he try to be funny with you. And in that moment in time, because I know I done it. In that moment in time, that's not what we was arguing about. But now I'm gonna bring it up because you want to play stupid. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna be like, "So remember when you left the drawers in the bed, and I told you not to leave it?" Like, and then it just starts in an argument, and now he want to pinpoint all your flaws, and you pinpoint all his flaws, and next thing you know, nothing has been resolved, and the conversation is just pointless. Like, now it's just point. And then I'm petty. I'm like the one, like, I'm gonna see who apologized first, either you or me. Because I feel like if I apologize first, that means I'm weak, and I ain't trying to be weak in this. I'm not the weakest one in the relationship. You gonna
shoot? I'm even pettier than that. I'm like, he ain't gonna have no drawers by the end of the week.
We gonna throw this shit away.
Throw them all away. You gonna have to wear mine to play around with me.
But the key is communication, and a lot of times we get into this relationship where nobody wants to communicate. If you didn't grow up communicating, and I say this because people have backgrounds where their family members like to, rub everything under the rug and keep it pushing. So you so used to not talking through your issues. So when you get into a relationship, you have a tendency of doing the same thing that person that you was doing before you got married. So now they're pissing you off, and you're just like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing today, and I'm not gonna say nothing. But then they blow up, and then
Yep.
Once you blow up, the communication is pointless because now it's just arguments for no reason.
Yep.
People throwing low blood, and then you got some people that don't even say nothing. Those are the ones that you need to watch out. The ones who don't say nothing, yelling and talking, and they just be looking at you like
Agreed.
you crazy. I think over the years we just grown to know each other. So now it's to the point where if you still arguing about the same thing that y'all was arguing 10 years ago, especially when you're in a relationship this long, which we
Mhm.
are, all three of us are, and you're still arguing about something that you was arguing 5 years ago, then it's just basically like you guys are not growing, and that means you guys not learning from each other. And because you're not learning from each other, it's not going to be a healthy relationship because y'all keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and not getting anything accomplished. And I think once you able to learn from that experience and able to grow from that experience, then the healthy part comes afterwards. That's
I
just
agree.
my opinion about it. Because, I've seen people argue, and I've done it before, where you bringing something up from 10 years ago, and some people look at a child like, child, why are we still talking about something that happened 10 years ago? But it's something that it was never resolved 10 years ago. You just kept saying, "Oh, it's gonna pass," and that maybe not it. You know what? It's crazy. I'm gonna say this: when you don't let your partner know what really hurts you or affects you, if you don't tell your partner what making you mad and sad and depressed and all that stuff, it's kind of hard for your partner to change because your partner don't even know what the heck is wrong with you in the first place. So they're gonna continue to do it 10, 15 years later because you ain't never told them from the get go. And now 15 years later, you telling them, I don't even like when you snore on your back. What? What are you talking about,
So
man?
you really saying I don't like when you breathe. Period. Those are those arguments while you breathing.
Like, ugh. Yeah. Because I tell people all the time, sometimes I just be want to grab the pillow, just,
Just
but
a
then,
little bit, just to see how long you
you
go
know,
with it.
but then I remember, I said, I love this man.
I tell them all the time.
From
What's
your
love
head,
got to do with it, though?
from your head to the toe. But you know what? I learned too that you can love somebody, but you might not like that person for nothing. And once you learn in your relationship to like and love, then everything is fine.
Yep.
That say, because we started off with Miss M Square, we're gonna go to Miss T on this question. What is the most important thing in a relationship? Because we know how to make the relationship, like what communication is to make it healthy and all that stuff. But what is important to you in your relationship that you think
To
has,
me in my relationship,
yeah, that you think you mastered?
mm. I'll be honest. I can be completely honest with that. I don't think I've mastered it. I think I might be an example to other people, but I also don't think I've mastered marriage. I don't think I've mastered where I want to be in my marriage at all. Like, I mean, yeah, I might do things differently than what other people do or what we do, what works for us. But I don't even think people that's been married 40 years have mastered marriage personally. So
Mm.
to say what works for us is what works for me and him. I could not actually say I want to give advice to other people because again, other people ain't me and him. It works for me and him because it works for it. That's his personality. That's my personality. I can't do what um, M2 Square does, and I can't do what Sule does. So like, it works for us. So to master something in marriage wise is something that I personally don't see I will ever, because I feel like I'm growing every day in myself. Like I'm myself as well as him. Like I see him growing, and I love it. And I felt like he would never get out of his child stage. But to be honest, though, to master marriage, I think about, because I come from a church family. I think about people that I've known, shoot, Bishop T.D. Jakes. I feel like he's still learning about his wife, and they've been married forever. My parents been married 35 plus years, and they still have, they're still learning certain things about each other. And so to me, that they're my perfect example. However, I talk to my mother every day, and she's like, "Girl, that's your daddy." And I was like, "But he wouldn't be my daddy if he was, you didn't do what you did with him. So you love him for some reason." So to be honest, for me, I don't know. I don't know what works for us, but what works for us works for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you didn't give a good example.
I don't think. I think for me, the most important thing in a relationship is the understanding each other. I think sometimes we so want our partner to understand us that we miss the part to understand them. Like we so focused, like what makes me happy, makes me enjoy myself, makes me this and make me that. I want you to know, like you would want him to know when you're sad, when you're happy. He needs to know those things off the top of the head. But when somebody asks you, well, what makes him sad? And you be like, well, shit, I don't know. I don't even know why he's sad. And it's like so while we are sitting here trying to make sure I get understanding, I feel like I also need to understand him, because in order for me to understand him, then we can fix whatever we think is broken. Because, people always want to talk, actually like, well, what his love language? First of all, don't be asking me him what his love language is. I mean, his love language might be a pot of chicken. As long as he get a pot of chicken, he happy. Like, what are we talking about? Like, don't ask me about that. Now, you ask me what is, what do he understand from me, what I understand from him, I can tell you, he does. My husband doesn't like. He don't like the drama. He don't like the back and forth. He gets annoyed by that. He's very. What do you call it? He don't call it negative. I call him negative, but he doesn't call it negative. He's more realistic. Like he likes to tell you the good and the bad, and sometimes the bad very outweighs the good, and then I get irritated. But but it's an understanding. Like I know if I go to my husband, like when I told him I want to do this podcast, if I go to him, he's gonna tell me what the good part of doing this podcast, and then he also gonna tell me what the negative part about it. And I might not like what he said about the negative part about it, but at least I know that it's not because he's being malicious and he's not telling me I don't want you to do it. It's just like I need you to understand that there's certain things that come with it.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, and you just got to be prepared for it. Like he likes to prepare me for stuff. I don't know why. He triple. I'm more like, let's go do it, and then after I do it, I get mad because it don't come out right, and then I'm sitting here trying to figure out like, what did I do wrong? Why he does what can go wrong if I do this. I'm more like, let's go do it. But that's for me. Like that is what is more important to me in my relationship. What about you, Miss Square?
Honestly, you guys took the words right out of my mouth. Being an active listener, understanding my partner, just truly, like Miss T said, we're truly on a journey to finding out what true marriage really is. Like we're learning new things every day about one another. We're figuring this thing called marriage out every day with different things that may happen throughout the day, and how we come together as a couple to tackle these things, day to day, year to year. I mean, you'll slowly see the growth, but like Miss T said, like it's constant. We're never fully there. Like no one has fully achieved this thing called marriage. We're always working at it.
I heard people like, oh, I don't argue, we're good, and I'm like, but then those same people, like 3 years later, you see them, they break up, and you're like, but I thought y'all was good. Maybe y'all did argue in my past 3 years, because whatever you was holding in, obviously it wasn't that good. And I'm not saying you have to argue.
I don't think you have to argue. I think because I'm an arguer, but he's not at all. No, he's like, yo, you want to yell and stuff? All right, chill. I'm like, and it's so frustrating because I'm like, no, I need this.
You need that.
Yeah, and
you need that toxic relationship.
Yeah, no, and he's like, I'm not gonna give that to you. He's really like, he'll just shut down and he's done.
So this is the thing, and I know it's probably going a little bit off topic, but how much toxic you need in your relationship? Because we we got people going 100% toxic, but some people say a little bit of toxic is good for you.
The sad part is, I think in the last few years, when I realized, this isn't going to work with him, I realized I don't need it. I don't need to yell and argue and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can still express myself and let him know I'm frustrated with him by just saying, hey, like, this is what's going on. This is what I need from you. And I'm not receiving that. And I've asked him, I said, what do you need for me to be a better man? Like, I want you to be the best man you can always be. And I believe that's a hard question for him to answer.
I need to ask my husband. Maybe I need to ask him. We've been together for 15 years. Maybe I need to be like, and what do you need?
And I'm not saying he gave me a complete answer. It's something he's still working on. But to me, it's always like, no, give. I want you to give me something. But in all honesty, I want you to be a better man. So for me, I need to know what you need from me. Yeah. Men are superficial, so it was right here. He ain't got to the deep stuff yet.
To the down and gritty one.
Yeah, but and I said okay, and I took that, at the time. So I mean, it's just something that when I feel like I am in that frustration, I let him know, and then I say, so you weren't able to accomplish this for me, so I need to know what you need me to do to so for you to accomplish that.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, because we talk about communication is healthy. We talk about the most important thing for you is understanding. What was it?
Still trying to figure
out marriage and stuff. I think one thing that is still that can make a healthy relationship, this is just me, is going on dates. So who still goes on date with their husband?
Go M square.
I can't even honestly tell you the last. Well, I have 3 kids, so it's hard. I don't even know the last time we went on a date. Just he and I, without the kids. Because if we call a date with the kids, then we're always on dates. But just he and I, it's been, I would say, over a year. So we definitely need to work on that for sure. Because that's very important. Just mommy daddy time.
Yes, it's always important, mommy and daddy. You know what? I think the last time I went on a date was like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. We don't really go too much on a date, but when we do, it's appreciated because you get to talk. And sometimes we don't even talk about us. We talk about stuff like he likes sports. I like watching reality TV show. I let him into my little world a little bit, even though he doesn't care. He act like he do. And my husband, Miss T knows him. He can spit some game if he wants to. He's just not a talker. But once you get him talking,
yes,
he's a better. If I can convince him to do a podcast, y'all will love it because he will be in it. We was just talking about Angel Ree's situation, and he has so much to say about that. We even talk about the whole, and he don't even watch Queens of R&B, the Tasha's. He don't even watch that thing. But I gave him a snip about it, and man, that man gave me so much topic about that. It was, so we do go on dates and stuff, and sometimes we just go on dates, especially because we have kids, and there's things that we want to discuss about the kids and or our family and stuff like that we just don't want to do it at home because the kids overhear the conversation and we don't want to worry them or whatever's going on between us or whatever's going on in general in the family. So we'll go on dates, and that basically our dates is sometimes to recap like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that, and what we gonna do with the next day, how we gonna figure this out. And that is just because we rather do that than sit at home. I got nosy kids. So, and they'll stand by the step, act like they're going to ask for something and be like, looking at us, and we be like, what you want? So, dates for us becomes a what you call it, a business meeting. Let's go to business, but it's still appreciated. It's still appreciated, but we don't do it all the time. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes we go and we just talk about nothing, and then sometimes we do go on dates and we talk about everything about our relationship, where our relationship stand, where it doesn't stand, what he's still mad about, and what I'm still mad about, where we want the relationship to go, and where the relationship. Because I told him we get divorced, I'm gonna be a hoe, but that's a whole nother subject. So, but Miss T, do you still go on dates? Because you ain't got no kids, so you better go on all the dates.
So I
All the
don't have
days.
any kids. That is true. But let me rewind back. So finding a date for you two ladies would be just you and your significant other, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, we do that very often because I love to eat out. So, but to actually, for me, and what happened has not happened in forever because my husband knows I'm simple. I love language is food. He knows as long as you say where you want to eat, I'm happy. So it doesn't take much. But if I wanted to say to go on a date, I would want to actually like dress up, get cute, and
Mhm.
go somewhere. Like it don't have to be fancy, no chain, but somewhere. And I probably haven't done that in forever. Not that I'm desiring it, but if I had to say, okay, as a a couple without kids, a date for us. Well, I would want to dress up and put my heels on and you flaunt me around somewhere. Mind you, the heels only gonna stay about 15 minutes anyway, but
It's enough to get you in the inside.
inside, sit down, and then just slide them off under the table.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, then if a date is like, just us two, then we are literally us two 24/7. Now, if I wanted to put a little pizzazz on it, maybe I would think, vacation, that would probably be more of the thing that we would like to do more often together. But that just kind of takes time. But dates, yeah, then I hate to say it, yes, I don't have responsibilities. So I don't have a kid. My dog can go almost 12 hours by herself. So it's never an issue. But yeah, so yeah, we go on dates at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Wow,
And
that's
date just
good. That's
includes
very
going
good.
out to eat. But again, I don't have. We don't have the luxury of having children to come and interrupt us when we are just sitting at our own dinner table because that's a date sometimes when I cook dinner every day. So if that's the case, then yeah, we're always sitting at the table talking to each other. And it's gotten better uh, because of schedule changes. So I can say that we, going back to communication, it's improved a lot because now we eat together. Like he will not let me go ahead and eat, even though I have to wait for him to get home. I'd be like, no, I'm hungry now. He'd be like, I'm on my way.
But that's cute though. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. So and
Yeah.
I appreciate that because most people are like, yo, I'll see you when you get home, but I'm about to eat, and it's important that he knows. He's like, no, I'm like 20 minutes away, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm big on having my food like hot right then and there. He's like, I'm close, just wait. So, but yeah, so dating, I can understand what you guys are saying.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one phrase, and you have to tell me the first thing that comes in your mind when you hear it.
Okay.
Look, I'm nervous about that.
I
Listen,
am
but we're gonna make
too.
it a little bit fun. We need shot cups. I don't have shot cups, but we just take it from our quick. All right, this is the thing we're gonna do a little bit of fun with it because I'm gonna say the phrase, and if either one of us agree with it, we take a sip of our drink. If you don't agree with it, you just gotta tell us why you don't agree with it. All right, because you are a special guest, Miss Square. We're gonna go with you.
Okay. Okay.
The key to a happy relationship is.
Intimacy.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Hmm.
I'm gonna drink on that one.
You need to drink. Oh.
Intimacy for sure. Deep intimacy. Like he can just
You know,
text you and you are just ready.
Look, she said you got to be ready though.
yeah, no. That's why I'm like,
Hmm. That got you
I'm just
like,
like, you know. So because I read exotic novels a lot.
I do too.
I read a lot. So
Mhm.
so I'm always joking with my husband, like, why can't you be a rich, like, white man and just take me away? Like, just steal me away and, like, why did it happen that way? And he always, he's understanding. He's like laughing at me or whatever. Or I'll be like, oh, why couldn't you be like, like a gangster drug dealer like that just
My
fell in love
God.
with me? He's like,
look,
take a break from reading because you need to come back to reality. But
you in the books.
yes,
in the books.
But honestly,
when your parents told you when be in them books, I don't
it
think
was
they
not
was
those books. I
they
know.
was telling you about.
Hey, they're proud of me though. I read a lot. So yeah, I can agree. Intimacy is extremely important, and I would think you wouldn't realize it, but if they can tap into your turn on button, because
Mhm.
sometimes they don't get it. They just think, oh yeah, I hit that spot. No, intimacy starts before I'm even naked,
Mhm.
bro. Like it starts, 3 days earlier. Like if whatever the case may be, it starts with like she said, a text message. Like if you start me up with good morning and rub me on, good morning. I done saw you 10 minutes earlier, and you just keep it all day. Oh yeah, brother, you ain't got to worry about it. You come open that door and be in the kitchen cooking butt naked, whatever the case may be. But
First of all, people that don't have children can beat butt
that's
naked.
true. Y'all
Yes,
gotta have to
yes,
point that out.
yes, yes.
I mean, Roxy probably be like, I don't know what she doing.
She's all always Roxy, but she be so confused. Like I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna go mind my business. She's like, but I agree with you. Intimacy is, but I think that's where men fail. They think intimacy is just sex.
Yeah,
Yes.
Foreplay is just sex. That's what I think.
yeah,
That's where men have to learn that. For women, intimacy is definitely a mental thing.
yeah.
You wash the dishes today.
Woo! What? What? Bruh, I'll be over this bitch over.
I know my husband works from home, and sometimes when I'm at work, he'll like you've seen the viral pictures where the husband's like, "Look, I made the bed," or "Look, I did the dishes." He'll do that. He'll do that sometimes. I'm like, "Okay, I
Yeah,
see you."
yeah, thank you. I mean, it's important.
Look, he wants you to appreciate it. He learned. He said, "Oh, this is what this is what
This
y'all
is
was
what
doing
makes
when
it
y'all was
different.
staying out."
I'm
Okay,
telling you.
let me do it. You know that? Was it a movie? I forgot. Was it a movie or a TV show? No, it was the TV show of Tamara. Is it Tia?
Sister?
No,
But Tia and Tamara?
no, it was Tia. I think she's in the TV show. It's a Netflix TV show. I think it's Good Friday or Good Sunday, something like that.
I know what show you're
Uh,
talking about. Yep, I know what show you're talking about.
and there was an episode where he was in the bathroom, and she
Let
was
me
like
look it up.
annoyed because he was in the bathroom when she was in the bathroom with him. And then he was like, he started acting like he was washing the toilet. She like, ooh, do it again. Ooh, do it again. Ooh, do it again.
That was a TikTok I just saw. It was a wife sending a text message to her husband saying, "Hey babes, just started my day. Send me some sexy videos." And it was a whole bunch of videos of him literally cleaning the house.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, at the end." But I was just like, that makes a difference.
All right. Now, Miss T, remember, the first thing that comes in your head.
Mm.
The key to a happy relationship is
Listening and understanding.
All right, I give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, I and that's what I go back to. The first question was learning about me. Like I was not listening to what he was saying. I wasn't understanding to what he was saying. I was like, "You're not doing it my way. It does not make sense how you want to do it. So we're gonna do it my way." And I think and I hate to say it, but being a strong black woman,
Same.
I think that downplays his masculinity because I want that
I'm
princess.
glad you said it. Not
Yeah,
me.
I know. I had to slow it down. I want that princess treatment. I want that, and and I've expressed that to him. I want that, and I realize that if it's not done my way, then it's not right. And that was a hard thing. I'm still learning to this day about myself.
You know who said it best? Taraji P. Henson was having our interview. And she said, we black women need to stop with this. We are black strong women.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you say that, you give the impression that you don't need nothing.
Correct.
And you're okay all the time. And then people have a tendency of never asking you what's going on with you, or don't need, and not that they don't care, but they be like, "Oh, she's strong.
She's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine.
She'll be okay.
She can go do it."
Mm-hmm.
And it also intimidate a guy, because a guy would think, well, if you so strong, you can do it, then why you need me for?
Yeah.
Every man, no matter whether unless they're a F boy, a fuck boy, every man, real man, let me put it like that, real man, every man wants to be known that they are needed. And when they feel like a woman don't need them no more, it makes them feel like, well, what's the point of me being in this relationship if you don't need me? The key to a happy relationship for me,
you thought about it.
I know. I thought about it. Is to make you feel secure.
Mm. Woo. I saw that the other day.
That is a hot
one. Because that's, did I the funny thing was, he was saying that unequally yoked. If a woman does not feel safe, secure, you'll never be able to keep her. Mm-hmm. If she doesn't feel protected as you're being her man, you'll never be able to keep her. She might be, and it was crazy because you don't think of like, oh, I got a gun or I can handle my own or this, that, and the third. No, if I'm standing with you, beside you, and if something pop off and I don't feel like you would protect me, secure me, or defend me, whatever the case may be. Whoo, and when they said that, I was like, oh, because I'm not even talking about my husband. I'm talking about like just out in public with like coworkers or other friends. Like there's guy friends I'd be like, yo, if something pop off, I gotta fight. Like and that's just being truthfully honest. Like it's like I don't feel safe with you. Like I've been going on traveling trips with people, and I'm just like, yo, if something pop off, like now I gotta fight, you gotta fight, we gotta, like, it's not a good thing. So I completely agree. Woo, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, sorry.
No, because it's like you said earlier. When a woman don't feel secure, they like, what's the point of being in the relationship? There's no point of fighting for the relationship because you don't feel secure in the relationship. And insecure is not mean like, oh, a person gonna put a gun in your head and is he gonna take that shot for you? More secure as what are you making me comfortable about? Because if I have to question every move that you make, then I don't think that I'm being safe in the relationship, secure in the relationship. Because let's say you go in the streets and I'm just like, okay, we go out and like you say, we go out and somebody disrespect me. And you just like, oh, okay, well, and he didn't went too far. I don't give a damn right if he even say you look like a roach. The fact that he even say something disrespectful to me, whether it was call me a roach or call me a bitch or call me whatever or a mud or whatever, your reaction should always be, yo, step to that person. It's just like I always tell my husband, ain't no friend of mine could sit here and mis talk about you, and I'm still gonna be okay with that.
Mhm.
Because it is anything. I don't care what me and my husband are going through. I don't care how much I come and cry to you and tell you that my husband is a dog, an asshole, whatever. When you see my man, you gonna respect my man. And the day that you decide to disrespect my man, that will be the day that I will tell you, you and me cannot be friends. Because at the end of the day, you gonna have to respect my man, because that's how I make him feel comfortable and safe to know that regardless, he can come and sit in a safe place with my friends and don't feel uncomfortable or feel that he has to tiptoe about it. And just like that, I would want to know for sure that when I'm around your friends, if they disrespect me, you would check them and you let them know. At the end of the day, that's my wife. You don't do that. Don't disrespect my wife. But that's why I said it depends on how you interpret secure. Because some people are like, oh well, is he gonna fight for you? I'm not talking about that secure, because I hope your man fight for you, child. I hope. I hope that y'all go to the club and the shooting star and he don't throw you and cover himself.
Not anymore.
Because let me tell you
Exactly.
Not too
something.
much nowadays.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. The day I go to somewhere and there's a shooting and my husband throw me first and then he go hide, that would be the day I see the divorce paper. Be like, listen,
But not even not saying he would, but if you don't have that sense of
yeah,
security, you know what I'm saying? And even like you had mentioned earlier, the sense of security of in the relationship. I don't feel secure if we are out in public and it's not even a man, it's some other females, or it's being too flirtatious with another female. Like I would be like, well, dang, like I thought I was your number one, and I'm because I already think I am the number one, no matter what. But that would throw me off too. Like I mean,
because that'll throw you off, because it's like, okay, if you're able to do flirtatious things in my face and don't give me the respect, then what the hell you doing behind my back? How far are you taking it when I'm not around? Because you're willing to take it this far when I'm around, then what are you gonna do when I'm not around?